Venezuelan people take part in the second popular consultation with more than 24,000 project proposals to assist vital needs of the people. The Lebanese resistance Hezbollah confirmed on Sunday the start of their response to the Israeli aggression in the southern of Beirut that resulted in the assassination of fighter leader Fouad Shukr. At least 11 people were killed in Indonesia by floods caused by flash rains. Hello, welcome from the south. I'm Luis Alberto Matos from the teleSUR studios in Havana, Cuba. We begin with the news. The Venezuelan people take part in the second popular consultation with more than 24,000 project proposals to assist vital needs of the population. On Sunday, thousands of citizens go to the polls to choose projects of local interest such as the drinking water system, roads, housing, education, and others. Citizens will choose from over 27,400 projects proposed by each of the more than 3,600 communes in 4,500 communal circuits, which gather some 49,000 communal counts, so that the communities can choose their prioritized projects. In these elections, the chief of the Hugo Chavez battle units is in charge of the polling stations, and the witnesses will be provided by the communes and communal councils. In addition, in this second referendum, anyone over 15 years old can vote. They just have to show their laminated identity card. The winning executed and completed projects of the first consultation held on April 21st, 2024 will be revealed. In addition, each community and municipality nationwide will have the chance to elect their top priority project on Sunday's election. On the other hand, the polling stations in all the over 4,500 circuits remain open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. local time for each citizen to exercise their right to vote. And we continue on topic. Let's find out more on the Venezuelan communal election in the following material.
President
Nicolás Maduro called this Saturday on the communities of the country to take part in the second popular consultation where citizens will be able to vote for projects according to the needs of each locality.
Atención, los 49,000 consejos comunales.
Attention the 49,000 communal councils. Attention communes. Attention neighbors. Because on Sunday, August 25th, we are going to hold the second national consultation, so that the people with their vote can choose the projects of their community.
Close to 1.5 million spokespersons will participate in the popular consultation in more than 4,000 communal circuits, which group 49,000 communal councils throughout the national territory.
Al menos 27.420 proyectos fueron postulados.
At least 27,420 projects were submitted by communal circuit, a figure that for the Bolivarian Revolution reflects the enthusiasm and active participation of the communities in local planning and development. In the first popular consultation last April 21st, more than 4,000 projects were approved for the benefit of Venezuelan communities.
In the first consultation, 23,000 projects were prioritized, 4,500 were financed, and we already have almost 1,700 consolidated and completed projects that have been accountable to a system that exists in the Federal Government Council.
In the first popular consultation last April 21st, more than 4,000 projects were approved for the benefit of Venezuelan communities.
Yo me comprometí en el plan de las 7T a impulsar por lo menos.
I committed myself in the 7T's plan to promote at least 4 annual consultations, so that the state's money, which does not belong to the state but is the people's money, goes to finance the works that they need, directly, without intermediaries. We have to change the state we have.
La consulta popular del 25 de agosto reafirma
The popular consultation on August 25th reaffirms the participatory nation of Venezuelan democracy and its system of government, where with their vote, the people will be able to choose the project that reflects the true needs and aspirations of the communities.
Let's now take a short break, but remember you can join us on TikTok at teleSUR English, where you'll find news in different formats, news updates, and much more. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. We're here to take the topic of Venezuela. We go live with our correspondent in Caracas, Gladys Quesada, for more information as voting proceeds. Hello, Gladys. Welcome to From the South. What can you tell us in this early morning?
Hello, Luis. Precisely, I'm at the Sarria parish here in Caracas. This is one of the very populated, very crowded zones, and it's also a popular zone. So people here are organized in different communal centers, which is the ones that group communes, and they have 8 commune centers here in this parish. So far, they are just setting up the details. They're arranging the banners to inform the population with all the projects that they are going to discuss and vote today. And they are also organizing the ballots, the little piece of papers when they are going to put the projects they are voting for. Also, the officials of the Council of the Communes, which are elected by the communes members, and the CNE, the National Electoral Council officials, they are also preparing and assisting this election, this process of choosing the projects that are going to be voted for. Also, they inform me about the projects they have here, and they're discussing the possible financing of the roof repair and the house and the infrastructure repair in one of the parts of the parish. In other occasion, in the first consultation of this kind back in April, on April 21st, they discussed this and they voted for the roofs of the houses. And in that occasion, they started, and today they are proposing to continue with that project. A second one was the recovery of the courts for people to go and do sports, because the courts have been deteriorated because of the climate and maybe the lack of repairment and the lack of, activities there. So they want to recover, to take back those spaces for leisure activities, for sporting activities. And so far, they are trying to finance the repair of the courts. And they also are going to vote for the rehabilitation of 187 houses and 2 residential buildings. So they are trying to put the money there to benefit families who live in there. And last but not least, they have this project of repairing the sidewalks and the sewage places, but in this occasion, that commune center retired from the voting because they said that they put the project late and they were out of the due date, the due moment for the postulation of the project. So they are going to present that in further occasions. I have to say the first consultation was on April 21st this year, and the president, Nicolas Maduro Moros, he changed the lapse between consultations. So first, there was an estimated of 6 months between consultations, and now it is 3 months between one consultation and the other. So that guarantees that the people have the power to choose new projects to receive the financing. And one of the many questions that people have regarding this, people who are not Venezuelan, people from Horarians, that is international, that from where is the financing coming from this kind of projects? And I have to say the president and the authorities have been emphatic because they have been explaining that this kind of financing comes from the taxes. They are collecting taxes from private businesses, from maybe enterprises they are putting in motion. And from that gains, they are financing the projects for the people, from those who have maybe less opportunities to find the money to repair their courts, repair their houses, to benefit their communities. And in this occasion, they are just putting the money for the will of the people and when the people need the money or where the people need the money. Also, I wanted to tell you, this is one of the urban or the city communes and commune center, but there are some communal centers or councils that are rural, okay, because they are located in the countryside of the places, the country, and out of the cities. They are mixed communal councils because they have parts and parts. You know, they have this urban infrastructure, but they are located in rural places. And they also have the indigenous councils because the indigenous, they are included in this new consultation, in this second consultation. And this is new, but also falls in line with the policies of the commune law here in Caracas and in all Venezuela. Because when Hugo Rafael Chavez Frias, the commander of the revolution, he conformed the constitution that was approved in 1999, the commune law was the first of all to be approved. He was saying that comuna or nada, which is to say commune or nothing, because the commune is the cell of the socialist society, the socialist system, and the communist system that Venezuela intends to build. So this law is regulating, you know, the financing, the confirmation of the commune, the possible functions of a commune, because it's not only people who live together, it's people that are integrating their skills, their abilities, their will to maybe produce something or maybe to provide a service to the population. I have visited in other occasions in the first consultation. I visited a commune in Antímano that provided the uniforms, the school children uniforms for the kids in the commune, and they did that free of cost. They did that pro bono because they had the financing of other productions of clothes that they were doing all the year. And that's the way that people is sustaining themselves. Other question that people have maybe is that why to do this if the government has to do this anyway? Well, first of all, the government, the entity called state, is larger than any singular commune. So maybe is not aware, you know, the authorities, the top authorities are not aware of what is happening in the communes, in the neighborhoods, in the streets. And this is a way that do a new approach in democracy. It's not vertical power, it's horizontal power, okay? People is just choosing what they need and communicating that to the government through this voting. Also, this is a way that ensures the self-sustainability of the neighborhoods and the communes, because that's to say, Venezuela is enduring a blockade and 930 sanctions for more than 9 years. And that means the economy is hurting, that means the resources are hurting, and in this case also, this is a way that people have to overcome and to endure and to sustain themselves aside from the blockade and despite these 930 sanctions. So yes, the day is just starting and the people is just approaching to choose their projects. They are coming in here with coffee for the neighborhoods because this is a community activity. So people is coming with their families, the children. They are coming with the elderly. They are accompanying the elderly that have no family to come in here with. So this is a collective and constructed activity here, Liz, and we will be reporting this alongside the whole broadcasting day. So I invite our audience to stay with us and to stay with you and teleSUR. So now back to you, Luis.
Thank you, Gladys. We'll do that. We'll stay in touch to have more updates in upcoming news brief. For now, let's move on to other topics. The Hezbollah movement in Lebanon launched a large-scale airstrike against Israel from where they attacked several localities in Lebanon. The Hamas resistance movement announced the successful completion of the first phase of the operation against the Zionist regime in retaliation to the assassination of Commander Fuad Shukr. In this sense, they informed that more than 320 rockets were fired towards Israeli bases and targets in the occupied territories. For his part, the Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant declared an emergency situation for 48 hours due to the attacks coming from Lebanon and imposed mobility restrictions on citizens. Hours earlier, Israeli army launched massive airstrikes on southern Lebanon. The Al Mayadin network reported that there were about 40 attacks that lasted around 20 minutes and hit several localities in the south and west of the Bekaa region. So far, there are no reports of property damage or human casualties. According to Israeli regime authorities, the attacks were directed against targets of Hezbollah movement on suspicion of an attack on occupied Palestinian territory. At least 11 people were killed in Indonesia by floods caused by flash rains. The floods swept through residential areas in the east part of the country, cutting off the main road to the village of Rua and leaving dozens of houses and buildings buried in the mud. Search and rescue teams working together with local residents have evacuated 10 people. Heavy rains caused frequent landslides and flash floods in Indonesia, where millions of people live in mountainous area or near floodplains. Meanwhile, in Portugal, firefighters have been managing to practically put out the wildfire that has been affecting the island of Madeira for over a week. The Portuguese Regional Authority for Emergency and Civil Protection explained that over 70 troops were on the ground to prevent the fire from rekindling, including agents sent from the neighboring archipelago of the Azores and from mainland Portugal. The autonomous government of Madeira admitted that there were still outbreaks that could be reactivated. Previously, the authorities evacuated about 200 locals as a precaution, and there is no record of death or of houses or essential infrastructure affected by the wildfire.
The fire started in an urban area where there are houses. It spread, consuming areas of scrubland and exotic forest of little importance, which are already adapted to fire. The fire eventually climbed to the level of the Central Cordillera and stopped at the Laura Silva forest.
Like this, we have come to the end of this news brief. You can find these and many other stories on our website, telesurenglish.net. So join us on social media, Facebook, X, Instagram, Telegram, and TikTok. For TeleSUR English, I'm Luis Alberto Matos. Thanks for watching.